Are you guys in the mood for a cardamom bun bombe?
I know I am. It's Rachel Khoo!
What's Katie doing in my kitchen?
I know, how did I get in your kitchen? Because I'm in the mood for a Little Swedish Kitchen action.
Yeah, me too. Okay, vi gör på svenska nu.
Talk?
That always works, thank you.
The only word I know.
We had to follow up on your little visit to Stockholm when you popped by with some buns, and I should make you something out of the cookbook.
This cookbook is totally gorgeous and I'm so excited. So without further ado, should we just hop into the recipe?
Totally!
Let's do it.
All right, so we're gonna make a cardamom bun bombe. Why did I say it like that? I don't know. Anyway, it's the idea, you know, you can use up leftover buns. And in Sweden, they eat a lot of cardamom buns. And you often have like a stale few lying around. Or you could use cinnamon buns if you don't like cardamom. So I'm gonna make a salted caramel first, which is gonna be spiked with cardamom. It's something which before moving to Sweden, I actually thought was a spice for, you know, curries and savory food, but actually in desserts, it's delicious.
So first put 200 grams of golden or date syrup into a pan, followed by 200 grams of sugar and 2 teaspoons ground cardamom, and half teaspoon of salt.
When you're making caramel, you've got to be careful. If you stir it a lot, then you have a tendency of making sugar crystals, which makes your caramel clump. It's much better just to swirl the pan. And another tip is, which I've failed already, I've done a boo-boo, is to use a bigger pot than you think, because I'm gonna pour the cream in and then it bubbles up a lot. So I should have doubled up the pot, but I really like this pot. So what you're looking for is a nice dark brown color. So if you take your caramel a little bit further than you normally would, then you get a more sophisticated touch to it. So it's got a little bitterness to it. But right now I'm just gonna turn this off because it's got the perfect color. And this is the kind of color you're looking for, which is like a dark amber brown. You could take it a tad further if you're feeling very French, but we're Swedish here.
Then add in 300 milliliters cream.
I only had whipping cream. You usually use single cream here, but whipping cream's okay. It just has more fat content. There's nothing wrong with fat.
You just go with the flow.
Yeah, I mean, this cookbook, I'm very easygoing, and maybe that's I'm becoming more Swedish.
In that case, I think I ought to become a little more Swedish too.
At this point, you can give it a little stir. Be really careful with caramel. I've got a nasty caramel burn here. It's scarred me for life.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, sugar tattoo. This bit, you can, like, what I love about this dessert is you can easily make it well, you have to make it in advance, but you can make it a couple of days in advance. You could even make it a month in advance.
What?
Yeah, and have it in your freezer as an emergency dessert for occasions where you need a dessert, just like that. This caramel, if I were doing this like in one go, I would have a water bath with ice cubes in it to cool it down, but I've actually made some caramel in advance. It's cooled down, it's not hot, because it's important it's not hot. So I've lined the bowl with some cling film. It's super important you are quite generous with the cling film, because to get it out, if it breaks, then it's just messy. Some cardamom buns.
Oh, bring in those babies.
You could just buy bought ones, which there is nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with buying bought ones, you know, especially for this dessert, or you use stale ones. This is my quick cheat dessert. And you just pop them in. Simple as that.
Rachel places them in cut side down so that both sides are fully covered.
You want to really squeeze them in because they have the tendency of shrinking a little bit. So that looks pretty good.
How did you come up with this recipe?
I had some old buns. I had vanilla ice cream, and I love salted caramel sauce. It's just a really easy idea. You can do this dessert without, you don't need an oven, you just need a hob. I mean, if you were really stuck, you could probably buy a caramel sauce and just mix in a pinch of salt and some cardamom. So yeah, I'm just gonna pour in some of the sauce. You save a little bit to drizzle on at the end.
Mix the ice cream and caramel together just a bit so it's kind of swirled.
And then all you do is pop your ice cream in your bun bowl.
Cover the ice cream with the remainder of the bun halves.
And this is why you need that overhang. Pop it in. And that is all you need to do. And now you pop it in the freezer. And you need to leave it in the freezer for at least 4 hours.
Lucky for me, Rachel had one she had made earlier ready to take out of the freezer right away.
This is the bit which is the difficult bit. Okay, so there's this thing in Sweden, the way you serve cakes is you have to make sure it's standing up. Otherwise, if you serve the slice lying down, it means you're not going to get married. But you might not want to get married, so you're right. So yeah. Anyway, so it's not gonna get married. That's why I checked, Katie. You're already married. You're okay. You're okay.
Oh my gosh.
You know, some desserts are really kind of delicate. This is just messy and enjoy.
I prefer these.
Good?
It's so good.
Yeah. You know,
Oh my god.
you have to like cardamom those.
Oh.
So I do say, if you're not a cardamom fan, you can replace it with cinnamon. You could have like vanilla, or you could just leave it out and do like a salted caramel. Also possible.
Always good to have options, but if you do like cardamom, you must do the cardamom because this is incredible.
So you got that heat from the that warmth. Actually, warmth is a better word for the cardamom. And then you've got the coldness from the ice cream.
Oh yeah.
And then the salty kind of caramel.
Oh my gosh.
It's a good combo.
Thank you so much for coming on my channel.
Thank you for having me! Yay! I have a little something for you. Hang on a moment. You're gonna have to close your eyes and put your hands up. All right, I'm gonna do some snapping magic.
Oh my god! It's the Little Swedish Kitchen! Thank you, Rachel.
You're welcome. Tack så mycket.
Don't forget
To keep it quirky.
always. What am I saying?
Take it out 10-15 minutes before you want to serve it. You need a chainsaw. Oh, it's the kind of thing you do at the club. There's a bit of caramel sauce in there. I'm wearing Spice Girl platforms today. I have to wear these because I'm so short. I'd be down here.
That's beautiful.
So you got a little bit of the marbling of the caramel going through there.
You just did a little marbling dance. It was a good dance.
This is the marbling done. We should do a whole, video in Swedish.
Yes, I
Swedish chef.
Oh my god. That's the next video.